know it is Saturday night. If I look at my watch, it is not clobbering time. It is 9:05 p.m., which is weird for me as the East Coast dude now because I'm like, it's midnight. But you know what? It's WrestleMania Saturday. It is technically 4:20 on one side of the world, East Coast that is.
Yup.
And this is a special edition of the 2DopeMarks. We are live in Las Vegas at an undisclosed location, coming off of Mania 41, Night 1.
Yeah.
I am who I am. I'm Brando. That's D. He is currently rocking the Samoan werewolf.
No.
sorry.
No. Let me do this. Let me do this.
All right.
I am rocking the reigning, defending United States champion, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. You.
He's wearing the Hate-A-Mania heavyweight champion of the world. His t-shirt. I am rocking 2DopeMarks red t-shirt, if you will, which we debuted this week at Mania Week. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for everybody that pulled up to us, you know what I'm saying, dapping us up, letting us know how they feel about the pod. You know what I'm saying? A lot of love has been shown already here, Mania weekend. And D, real quick, man, a lot of wrestling shit happened this weekend. And we ain't even fully through the weekend.
So we're going to do a quick wrap-up real quick, like just the simple shit, because we only on night 1.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If we have to go to the Hate-A-Mania shit, that was what it was, and you seen it on social media. My man posted the shit.
Yep.
If we have
business.
You know what I mean? Like, if we have to go to Hills Have Eyes, we were there last night too. You feel me?
We were there this morning. You can't say this last night because we didn't walk out that hoe.
That's fair.
Until about 4:35 a.m.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
After Zilla Fatu retained fourth rope heavyweight championship in a brutal and very bloody steel cage match with Josh Bishop, who, not gonna hold you, Josh Bishop reminds me of Magnum TA. Think of every blonde 80s heavyweight wrestler of your time.
Listen, I'm about to do it just like this. Who's the man? Sid Vicious. Like, what we doing, man?
We've also seen plenty of Sid Vicious things. So yeah, we did Hate-A-Mania, did fourth rope.
Mm-hmm.
We did a whole lot of dapping people up.
Mm-hmm.
We applaud everybody who came to Vegas.
Hold up. Fuck the squirt business, because y'all niggas are sitting there shooting us with motherfucking Glocks with just straight H2O and alkaline shit. Like, what we doing, man? What we do to y'all? Like, what?
We're a family. That's what happened.
That's fine.
That's what happened. We're a family.
That's fine.
That's how that went.
That's fine. Ain't nobody had to, like, what is it? We squirt people?
Yeah.
We squirt people?
I mean, look.
Pause.
If MVP, Shelton, and Westside Gunn, and Bobby Lashley, if they decide to, hurt people, then our friends Faye, Lovely, etc.
Don't forget Tasha. Don't forget School.
Yeah. In totality.
Absolutely.
They do that. Now, we've talked all the outsides.
Let's talk about the night
of Mania. Let's talk Mania Night 1. Mania Night 1. Yeah. Night started off with, as we predicted, you know what I'm saying? I think we went pretty in line with our predictions from Tuesday night, in that Jey Uso is your new World Heavyweight Champion, as predicted. I didn't think that Jey would kind of go through that same kind of, that rhythm of, hey, I got to beat Ilya Dragunov in order to make y'all understand.
Let me say what that man did. That man told him, I'm going to beat your ass. You can't do shit to stop it. And that's it. That's all. And what did he do? He said, I'm going to beat your ass.
Yep.
You can't stop it. And you can't do shit about it. And is that not what he did?
Actual factuals. So, again, Jey Uso basically said, I can be Gunther too. I can hit you with a powerbomb.
Mm-hmm.
I can hit you with a mean clothesline. I can hit you with a choke and put your ass to sleep like Ving Rhames did Tyrese and Baby Boy. As many times as you joked about this man getting put to sleep week after week during the 10 weeks of hell.
Yeah.
Now what? Slept that boy, and now we have a brand new World Heavyweight Champion.
But I didn't expect that man to tap him out, though. I didn't expect that man to tap him out. I thought it was going to be Uso splash, a spear, a shapip. Like, I thought that's what it was going to be. But he sat that man out.
Put that boy to sleep.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
I mean, for Jay to win this, is in the way he won it, by the way. It's literally a middle finger to a lot of people who said, oh, Jay can't wrestle. Jay's only like 3 or 4 moves. Jay's not.
Half the motherfuckers can't read anyway.
Facts. But at the same time, there's still the same amount of people who I think, like, if you gave them a real life chop to the chest, they're folding like the WrestleMania commemorative chairs at Allegiant Stadium.
Fuck that. Half the motherfuckers can't deal with a fucking paper cut. So I'm not listening to none of them motherfuckers. That's it.
But do you think Jay win the title? Because again, everybody figured that Jay would win the title. But the emotional send-off of watching him and his brother like hug in the middle of the ring, like, yo, little bruh's the man now.
Yeet.
Like, how does that feel to you personally? Dude?
Listen, I'm big brother. So if my brother always do something fantastic, I'm always going to celebrate that man.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, we got to make sure our people good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we take care of each other. And that's the problem with the world. Unfortunately, we don't take care of each other. Certain cultures don't do that shit. But with that being said, in this particular situation, listen, if my brother won the world title, with Cuz behind the camera, he'll tell you who'll be the first one in the ring. Me. So, let's cook. Next match.
Was it not the tag match? Yeah, tag team title match between.
We went for everybody black.
Between the New Day and the War Raiders. Shocker of all shockers. The Raiders lost in Allegiant Stadium. Gasp. You know.
I'm cool with that.
One of the situations. Now, again, I understand the tie-ins that had into it, but match ended kind of a weird way. But again, we leave with more black champs. I forgot Stand and Deliver. We got yet again another black North American champion in Sol Ruka. We got, a triple threat match that over-delivered. An easy match of the year candidate between Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and the reigning, defending NXT champion Obafemi. And then we just move on right into that when you get the New Day winning for their 12th, 13th time? I've lost count.
13.
I lost how many count? I lost
13. No, 13. Triple H said 13. Triple H said 13. Cuz trying to set me behind the camera what he doing, but he don't know how to read. You know what I mean?
12, 13.
No, he can't read. He went in the same DC schools
12,
that I was.
13. Either way, they're still the most decorated WWE tag team in history. And again, New Day walked away with tag champs over the War Raiders.
Hold up, though. We had 2 black women in a non-title defense. Rock the house. How you feel about that? I'm about to be the interview. I'm gonna stand right in here next to Cuz.
Wow, you're gonna put me on the spot. Okay, real quick. Okay, so we had 2 women have the first non-title, non-stipulation match in WrestleMania history between Bianca. No. See, I'm thinking Braids of Our Lives. My apologies.
Yeah. That's because you
Naomi,
love the Braids of Our Lives. It's gonna be a show one day.
I do. Between Naomi, Jade Cargill. Now, entrances, fire. I love the little new metal entrance that Naomi has for her music, for her entrance theme. See what Caution, theme is rocking, is really doing what it needs to do. And then Jade had a whole ass weather report before she got in the ring. Now, I'm gonna tell you this now. We often said that in order for we get to Bianca and Jay, you gotta have a buffer in between, and Naomi's the perfect buffer. I almost felt like Naomi should have won tonight.
She should have won.
Kind of carry the story in a sense.
She should have won.
But at the same time,
should have won.
That was Jade Cargill's most impressive and most important match of her career. I'm not saying what happened down in Jacksonville. I'm not saying what happened even last year, WrestleMania 40, when they did a whole tribute to Beyonce. What I'm saying is, when you have somebody who is a vet and somebody who is literally one of the GOATs of her time, in Naomi as your dance partner, you're literally in the hands of someone who can carry an emotional match. And that had all the emotion, and Jay was going to come with all the physical. And my God, that electric chair into the turnout powerbomb.
I can't do that shit,
bruh.
I can't do none of that. So impressive. What pissed me off about it was, and it wasn't even pissed off. Like it didn't piss me off because we had 2 black women in a WrestleMania moment for non-stipulation, non-title.
Yep.
But how my girl go at WrestleMania the other day? She said before there was a Charlotte, a Bailey, a Sasha, Becky.
It's awesome.
Whoever the fuck else. There was Naomi. So she deserved that win. I get it. Politics, this, that, and the other. We didn't lose. Us as a people, we did not lose because we still had 2 black women in a WrestleMania match.
Very true.
So with that being said, I'm cool with it. But yeah, Naomi should have won. Fuck that storm.
I agree with you in some ways that Naomi should have won, but I think Naomi gets her leg back in a match-wise sort of setting. Backlash to St. Louis.
Fine.
It's coming up pretty soon. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But for tonight, if you need that showcase, like, yo, Jade Cargill is really Jade Cargill.
That's cool.
That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get.
So hold on. So I'm waiting for this match
right here. We here right now. We here right now because literally, before Cuz gave us the bat signal, we checked out LA Knight, Jacob Fatu. Oh, I'm sorry, your brand new United States champion.
No, can I do it the right way?
One more time. I'm sorry.
You're reigning, defending,
undisputed
United States
heavyweight
champion
of the world,
Jacob Aloysius Fatu.
See, he had to walk off on that. Jacob Fatu, we pretty much have penciled this in since last June. That man's worth a Mania main event by himself pretty soon. Tonight, of all nights, he showed you between the look with the werewolf mask coming out, right? Even Solo being his own right-hand man, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? LA Knight coming out with the Maserati, cool, tight, counter. Let's say again, it was a solid match. Solid match. It wasn't the same type of rampage we expect to see from Jacob per se, but you know that the man has all the endurance in the world, and you can't really stop him.
Who won?
We know Jacob won. We know Jacob.
Next match.
We don't give love to the BFT?
No. He lost.
Anywho.
Did he lose?
He did.
Yeah.
He
lost.
He did. Now, between then, well, after, my apologies, you had El Grande Americano.
The Big American.
Big American being played out by a mariachi band, by the way. And then Ray Phoenix, who just got here a month ago, Craig?
Ray Phoenix said, all you bitches that is in my nationality, the ones that voted for that orange man, you gonna lose. The representative of all you bitches from that nationality was shown in Chad. I need a white middle name.
Clark
Gable.
I mean, you said if you need a middle name with that decree, just think of a dog name in this day and age, and you'll probably have it.
Okay, Chadrick Juniper Gable.
Juniper? That's the first one. I ain't never heard of.
I know. I had to throw some shit out there for you.
You definitely did.
Anyway,
due to injury, Ray Phoenix stepped in for Rey Mysterio, swapping Rays for Rays. Found this out on the pre-show where we also learned that the WWE has acquired AAA, and that just makes their whole
not the card company,
the Lucha Libre company based out of Mexico, which now means their entire lucha system is so crazy because even Vikingo got involved in the match between Ray Phoenix and El Grande Americano, which Big Starbucks won. Just gonna say, Big Starbucks drinks won.
Listen, long as Alberto, fuck him, don't show up. Do not show up at all.
It's gonna be interesting when we get to Worlds Collide in June. That
world don't need to collide.
It don't, but yeah, man. That's another topic for another day. So Tiffany Stratton, aka Barbie Tiff, versus Charlotte Flair, who looks like the souped up. You can only cop this on what is this? You only cop this on what? eBay, StockX, Go.
With the box?
Nah, I'm gonna say it's different type of Barbies. Different type of Barbies. They look pretty much the same, except one came out of Bentley.
And one the black Barbie.
No,
I don't
came
care.
out of Rose.
Ain't a black Barbie.
Nah, it's not. It's not. But brother, they was working, and
Hey,
they were working in that sort of. I don't know if we are friends, but I'm going to knock the shot of you. Sort of.
Guess what? Tiffy T fucked up.
Tiff gonna have to see a dentist. Not gonna hold you. Tiff gonna have to see a dentist.
Tiffy time to make an appointment.
You know what I'm saying? The chemistry was a little off, but then again, you know, it can't be Charlotte versus Rhea. And also Tiff's greatest sparring partner is Becky Lynch, who wasn't there. So in effect, you know, the match felt a little bit off, but hey, me personally, I think the right woman won. I think that Tiffany Stratton, if you're gonna make Tiffany Stratton somebody, she gonna have to win this match. Like you can't just feed her to Charlotte and then LOL Charlotte wins.
She won the battle, but her teeth lost the war.
Fair. Very fair. You want to get in this main event now, dog? We've been coasting into it. We've been coasting into it because Hate-A-Mania. We've been talking about this.
Can you hold this for a second?
Yes, I can definitely hold this for a second.
I need to be extra. So y'all folks can understand where I'm coming from.
Yes. Real quick to give y'all a brief synopsis of how we got here. Hate-A-Mania is built off of War Games from November, the Royal Rumble from February, and then the last 12 years of WWE programming, in which is to say, do not take your eye off your op, because you take your eye off your op, you lose your greatest thing that you want, which in Roman Reigns' case is his tribe, his wise men, and the undisputed WWE title. CM Punk got his Mania main event. Living Color performed. Did his
that man got a t-shirt on that said, "The last real champion." I'm real with you, brother. My man.
And Seth Rollins basically, because tomorrow, well, technically, if you're on the East Coast, today is Easter. Was literally like, hey, Happy Easter, and technically Happy 420 for those who indulge.
I do.
Basically said, hey, I'm CrossFit Jesus. Did a whole mid-wardrobe change in the middle of his own entrance. The match, in short, it was my match of the night. It definitely was worthy of a WrestleMania main event. There was theater, there was drama, there was Paul Heyman being messy as hell. And as we've been saying for the last 3 weeks, take it even back to the episode titled, Do I Owe You a Favor? Seth Rollins got in the head of the wise man. Shout out to a man wearing a Jodeci vest to make sure that happens.
Ooh, yeah.
And say CM Punk walked in with Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins walked out with him. D, you've been counting your fingers for the last 4 minutes. Do tell.
In wrestling, 4 fingers stand for what?
4 horsemen?
Or based off last night, what it could have been stand off?
For tragedies, for
fourth rope, right?
Fourth rope, yes. Yes, fourth rope.
This is different for me.
Okay.
I told you so.
I'm gonna let him have his victory lap.
I told you so. Yeah. Psychopath to psychopath, I knew what Seth was cooking. I'm not an architect.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a revolutionary.
No, you're not.
I am not a visionary.
You're close.
Although I see some crazy shit.
These are facts.
I told you so. That's all I gotta say. That's all I have to say. Seth wins. The wise man's with him. And then you got 2 psychopaths. And now, B. Brando, he has his wish. He gets to see a King Troy, Paul Heyman suit And I'm ready for it because he called it.
I definitely did. I called it in a way that if the alignment of Seth and Paul is going to be a Seth and Paul thing, it has to be to a point where even some aspects of Seth has to blend into Paul, right? And if we've known anything about Paul Heyman for the last 40 years, take it back to 1985, but you can go even further. Go back to the last 35 years, since 1990s.
I'm about to say, you don't remember back that far.
We're going to go about 35 years, right? The man has managed me, Mark. He's managed Stunning Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
He's managed He Who Shall Not Be Named right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's managed Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
He's now at the corner of Seth Rollins. If you want to go sixth, you can even say he's at the corner of CM Punk during the last days of his 434-day WWE title reign.
Facts.
Paul Heyman is the greatest manager in the history of professional wrestling. He's arguably one of the greatest minds in the history of pro wrestling. And you now pair him with Seth Rollins, and it makes things even more sweeter to the point where I think for a while, ever since, you know what I'm saying, ever since Mania last year, where Seth pretty much put his, I would say, emotions and basically his moral compass in front of his actual, desires.
Yeah.
This year, he's like, nah, F all that. I'm tired of playing second. He's like KD when he won his MVP.
Don't you talk about KD like that?
He's like KD when he won his MVP. He's like, you know what? I'm going into business for myself. What's best for business for me? Shout out to that Tiffy Time sign, by the way.
Tiffy Time!
That's an amazing
No. You got to point it. You got to point. Hey, you on camera. You're on camera.
That is an amazing sign.
Yeah, good job.
Great job, by the way. Great job. But
like, subscribe, and follow.
You're hilarious. Point is, with all this going on with Seth, it's basically aligning him to go square up against our brand new World Heavyweight Champion. And it's going to be a little different because now the formerly known man as the Wise Man,
mm-hmm.
the guy who was once, CM Punk's best friend,
mm-hmm.
the guy who was the advocate for He Who Shall Not Be Named,
okay,
the guy who was the lead for the Dangerous Alliance.
My favorite stable.
Now he needs not only a new title, but he's going to lead Seth Rollins to the promised land, because can you name somebody outside of Cesaro that Paul Heyman has not managed to a world title? Well, maybe Carlos Axel because he won an Intercontinental title, but I'm saying in terms of world title, because that's what's going to happen.
So I thought you were going to ask me another question, because that man has been a wise man. That man has been a manager. That man has been a whole different type of situation. You asked me this before.
See, that's my secondary question.
So I can't. I honestly,
I'm doing a quick thought of, is Seth Rollins, is he the man that dethrones Jey Uso for that World Heavyweight title? That's the first question.
No.
Okay, so in that regard, what does Seth Rollins refer to Paul Heyman as?
The catalyst.
Oh.
The catalyst.
Oh, okay.
The catalyst.
Because you have an architect.
Uh-huh.
And a catalyst, because a catalyst, the person who sets things officially in motion.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Like, subscribe, follow. I said it
you.
first. He agrees with me. Cuz behind the camera, he agrees with me.
I got you.
So the catalyst. And I have the trademark. I'm going to have the trademark to that whole t-shirt.
This man. Anyway, that's a quick, dirty, simple.
So we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Everybody walk around. Yeet.
That is a quick, dirty, simple rundown for WrestleMania 41, Night 1.
Night 1.
Somehow we're not fully tired after doing Hills Have Eyes.
The streets is calling.
Last year, Mania Philly, you know what I'm saying, everything's pretty much shut down after midnight. We got into what we got into. Right now, it is currently 9:30 p.m. in Vegas on a Saturday night, which means the night is young, man. The night is young. Again, we gave you this really quick, simple rundown, get our instant reactions to things, because, again, it still feels super fresh before we get into night 2, which is headlined, of course, by John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley's opening the show tomorrow. We have plenty of things we're going to get into. I explained is we're going to cut up a video kind of going through our process. We had WWE World. I think for a lot of people, Mania Week, if you've never done a Mania Week, it is literally a family reunion. It is you linking up with all your partners from the internet, from text threads, from message boards, from Reddit, et cetera, and you have a great time. You know what I'm saying? You go kick with your people, watch some independent pro wrestling, go to big shows.
It ain't for the broke. It ain't for the broke.
We've already previously discussed how WrestleMania is a little different now, Mania Week wise financially, but that's neither here nor there. We're in celebration mode.
And ain't for the chap lips either, or the funky people.
As we also said before, it's not for the musty, it's not for the chap lipped, it's not for the ashy. No, it's not for. It is not for the MAC.
No,
it's not for the musty, the ashy, or the chappy. It's not for none of them. It's not for none of them. Real quick, man. Again, thank you for kicking it with us. We've been doing this, a lot of tweeting, a lot of Instagram, and a lot of dapping people up.
Yeah.
A lot of folks we've been meeting, kind of following on with the brand. We appreciate y'all so much. Again, rate, like, comment, subscribe.
Hold up real quick. Come from behind the camera, cuz. Let them know who you is. Oh. Just walk past. Just walk past.
So this is
that's cuz. You got behind the camera. We don't want you no more.
Yeah, ironically enough, we had cuz on for the episode. Oh my God, we had cuz on for the episode literally after John Cena made his heel turn, and quite frankly, you know what I'm saying? Apparently it's our favorite show on YouTube, which it's kind of weird. I think it's all
my favorite show is The Braves of Our Lives.
Well, of course, Braves of Our Lives is our favorite segment.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following us. Thank you for dapping us up, showing love during Mania Week. Still got one more day, man. So we're taking in Mania tomorrow. And yeah, rate, like, comment, subscribe. Find us on Instagram at 2DopeMarks. Find us on Twitter at 2DopeMarks. And D, say something nice to the people, man.
Get ready for night 2. And god damn.
It's scenery in Vegas, y'all. Holla.
Yeet.